With a large collection like this, I'd be hard pressed to tell you that I have the top 3 fragrances that I want for you to, wear during the summer. I might just like layer like 3, 4 them together, so it'll be like a top 12. No, I'm just kidding. Here are my top 3 summer fragrances I would recommend for you if you have them in your collection. And if you don't have them in your collection, you need to get them in your collection. Looking at all of this, it's hard for me to tell you that I have favorites, but I do. I recognize that I do. And I pick those favorites based on either every time I walk by the bureau or every time I walk by the dresser, the closet, wherever, I'm always looking for these fragrances. I have 400 signatures. So weird because I'm not a signature scent girly. I found myself thinking that I could potentially have, a ton of signature scents. But for the summer, I have fragrances that I enjoy wearing. This is Must Therapy. This one here is, I think, Initio just went ahead and have this huge silo. And in it, they have a whole bunch of people like send in like documentation of successful therapeutic sessions, and they somehow liquefied it and they put it inside of there because it's in the name. This fragrance makes me feel so good. I know I sound crazy, but this fragrance makes me feel so good every time I spray it. I feel elevated. I feel very much put together. You know how people talk about, oh, you want to be the person, become the person, live in the here and now as a person that you want to be. You see what I'm saying? You have to see yourself. You have to envision yourself. Must Therapy gives me that. When I wear it, I feel elevated, put together. I don't feel the chaos that I sometimes have in my mind. It definitely is a therapeutic fragrance. And I really enjoy wearing this. So this is Must Therapy by Initio, one of my top go-to fragrances for the summer. Now, when it comes to going out, or even if it's really hot, going outside, or even when I went to the gym, believe it or not, I wore this. This is a very strong, projecting sillage beast. It is such a monster of a fragrance. It's a powerhouse of a fragrance. And I find that it gives me, makes me feel like I'm that chick. It does. This is a Seal by Arabian Oud, one of my favorite fragrances in my collection. Oh my gosh. Now, both men and women wear a Seal. There are different variations for it, I believe. I really enjoy wearing this fragrance. It is sweet, it is sexy, it is seductive. Whenever I wear it, I tend to want to be told like I'm fishing for compliments. I know people don't want to say that. They don't want to say that. But yes, I am fishing for compliments, and guess what? I get it. So I'm getting what I fish for, okay? I really enjoy wearing a Seal. Now, this is what I think about when I've been to the Middle East, I've been deployed, so I understand what that vibe is over there. This is the vibe of like Bahrain and, where you see all the really rich people and they're driving these really expensive cars that I'm probably never ever going to own. But in my mind, I want to own those, so if I can see it, I can believe it, and I can smell like it, and that's what a Seal does for me. So this is a Seal by Arabian Oud, one of my top 3 fragrances I have been reaching for during the summer. Now, this fragrance I talk a lot of smack about, okay? But I kind of looking at the fact that summer kind of just started because, we just finished June. So technically the past month. And in the past month, I have been wearing this fragrance nonstop at least twice a week. This and another one, these 2 fragrances I tend to pick up quite a bit of, this is Sunset 57 by Oliver Fragrance Company, and this is Eau de Sol Blanc, and this is by Tom Ford. I have worn these 2 fragrances together. I don't know what I was thinking. I just wanted to see what it smelled like. I watched a reel from Sir Candleman, and he was talking about people making combinations and to stop and stuff like that. And me being me, I'm like, well, let me see what these 2 smell like. And I sprayed them together. As a matter of fact, let me spray it again to remind myself, because I do recall that I really liked that combination. And I'll let that sit for just a second. But I sprayed these 2 together, and the reason I did is because This is a very inexpensive fragrance, but it gives me good performance, longevity, and all that good stuff. This is a beautiful smelling fragrance, but it does not last long on my skin. So I layered these on top of Costa del Sol oil by Skin Potions. And then I also, I know I'm a little crazy, I also added a little bit, and I mean a little bit of the cookie butter by Skin Potions. And I think one time I even put in Ketra's oil, which is the candy heart oil, by my ears, behind my ears. So I sprayed this on my body and on my clothes, these two together, and then I put Ketra's candy heart behind my ear. And I really like, as I'm walking and the wind is blowing and stuff like that, I really like that combination. So my third favorite combination that I have been wearing it's a little cheating, but I have been wearing and I have been enjoying this summer is Sunset 57 by Oliver Fragrance Company, layered with Eau de Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford and Costa del Sol oil by Skin Potions, Ketra's Candy Heart by Skin Potions, as well as a little bit of cookie butter on the skin, on the legs, to make my legs glisten. Okay. I know that's a bit much, but I really like those combinations together. As a matter of fact, one of the things I also like doing is when I'm layering, I'll put one fragrance on one arm, one fragrance on another arm, and then I would put like the fragrances. I don't layer the fragrances on top of each other, right? I layer them like on each side. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but yeah. So that combination has been one of my favorites this summer. The fragrances that I recommended may be a little unusual for some folks, or they might be old, but I guarantee you nothing that I shared with you today you can't find. So I recommend that you go test them if you've never smelled them before, and let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. Now, if you have them in your collection, I want to hear from you. Let me know down in the comments as well, whether you like them, you love them, or you're indifferent. If YouTube pushed you over here by some reason, the algorithm sent you over to me, thank you so much for hanging out with me. My name is Pamela, and I appreciate you coming over here and you stick by me this far. I really appreciate that. You have no idea. This stuff that I talk about here is something I do a lot. I like talking about fragrances because, as you can see, I have a lot of them. And I also talk about beauty and aging gracefully because I'm going through the process of aging. We all are. I just feel it a little bit more, I think. I'm fighting it a little bit more, but I'm navigating through it. And some of my videos are more catered towards women of a certain age, skincare and things of that nature. Now, I appreciate constructive criticism, so please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if that's the type of vibe. If I'm giving you that aura, you want to be here, please do all of that, because it actually helps out the channel and it helps me to pump out more videos for you, because then I know that whatever I'm doing, you're actually enjoying. I'm doing something for you, okay? So I don't want to keep rambling anymore. Guys, thanks again for watching the video. Please take care of yourself and each other, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.